Oh, here we go. There's an on statement.
Meta unlock chat. I already know about Michael Simone, him getting transported by the PD. Honestly, there's something I want to talk about that I'm confused about. If Miguel turned Michael Simone into the cops, how come nobody's giving Miguel a hard time from the criminal side? Isn't that basically snitching, but the worst kind of snitching?
It's because nobody gives a fuck about Michael Simone. That's an actual criminal.
I don't know, man. I feel like, and this might sound like hypocrisy thing, but I feel like certain criminal rules apply to only certain gangs whenever it pleases certain people's narrative. Miguel should get shit for what he did. I mean, I'm glad he did it on Bass. I'm talking about main character level. I'm glad he did it on Bass. The fact he got Michael Simone, chef case, amazing. I love it. Not complaining. But from like a criminal side of things, if you're a criminal org, would you ever want to trust Miguel ever?
That's 916 tonight.
I guess it's a matter of like principles, right? And like you know.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change with Miguel. I already hate him. So
when do you cross that line, and when do you do it?
I don't think it's snitching when it's on a fucking group that you hate. Snitching is when you do it on a friend to get out of jail time. That's not what snitching is. I don't think Bass understands what snitching actually is.
It's not that black and white, brother. Okay, I get it's not that black and white. However, if you're a criminal and you basically take another highly wanted criminal and you turn him to the cops, you are doing the PD's, work for them, dirty business for them, in order to.
This is like something that happens in like a lot of like gang movies and shit like that. Like people end up turning on the opposite team if there's cop related shit. It's not snitching. It's only snitching when it's like on someone you give a fuck about. That's when it's shitty to do. At the same time, I understand the point of like, would a criminal really do this? But this guy's a fucking terrorist and all this sort of shit. You know what I mean? Of course, no one gives a fuck about him. They're not criminals either. They're like they're not gang members. It's different. They don't abide by the rules of our gang code. Why would we abide by the rules of our gang code to them? You know what I mean? It's a completely different thing. It makes it very, very trivial. The way a code works in a gang system is you use your code with other groups that would use your code. So, for instance, Southside gangs, you're not going to fucking necessarily snitch on another Southside gang because it's that street code. That's the street code you grew up in. But when it's like some fucking random European fucking terrorist, like, why would you even question it? Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, Buddha's out there doing the same shit. That entire side is also snitching to him, so. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why? It's the same thing with like Buddha doing it. Like, why would you give a fuck? You don't live by a code by somebody that doesn't live by your code. It just doesn't make sense. Like, who would fucking logically ever do that? Now, in saying that, turning him into the cops is one thing. I would have just killed the cunt. You know what I mean? That's probably what logically most people would do. Just take him out of the wilderness and cut his head off. But in this world, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And this extends roleplay, so I think overall,